Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love is Your Medicine podcast. I am Mitch Wright. I'm happy to be sitting in front of this microphone again. Yes, it has been a while. I've been away, taking care of some things. And that's what this episode will be about. That it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to take the needed time to do what you need to do for yourself. Yep. So throughout my life, it's taken me a while to get to this point, but I feel much better, and I will get into it more with you in this episode. Welcome. Yes, like I said in my intro, it is good to be back. I've been away for a while. I think I looked before I started doing this, and I believe the last podcast I actually recorded was March 27th, if I'm not mistaken. And it is May 3rd. I think it's May 3rd. Yeah, May 3rd, because Sunday is Cinco de Mayo. That's the only way I could remember the date today in that moment. But yeah, from March 27th to May 3rd, quite a stretch of being absent. I missed doing it because, like I said before, doing these podcasts for me is kind of therapeutic. Helps me get stuff out of my head, off my chest, to bounce off to my listeners, whatever country you may be in. So, yeah, I missed it. My wife, she really liked me recording these. The different episodes that I've made. So if not every day, almost every day, no matter what our conversation is, she'll just drop the question, so when are you going to make another podcast? And, I would just tell her I will soon. Eventually I'll get back to it. And she, one of the reasons I love her, she always gives me the space that I need. She know I process things differently. So, she gave me a good amount of space. I was busy doing a lot of other things. So I just felt not a great deal, but I felt a little overwhelmed with everything I was trying to do. And so, I just had to take a break from this to focus on a couple of other things going on in our life right now. And then, I felt that I felt my headspace was in a better place to start recording. And to tell you how excited I am about getting back in front of this microphone, I usually record on Mondays. But yeah, this is a Friday. I didn't want the weekend to go by because I had so much to say, so much in my mind now. And so that's why I figured I would make this episode, or call it be sure that you take care of yourself, because we all have different lives, different activities, different circumstances. Our families are made up different, so we have different dynamics that pull us in all kind of different directions. And, we're adults, and we want to be responsible adults, and we have to take care of our business, take care of our responsibilities. But I've been guilty of this before. I always give, but you have to take care of yourself, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So that you just don't get drained and hit a low point and then do something that's uncharacteristic of you. And so I'm a firm believer in that, because I did that before. I've done that a few years ago, where I gave, and wasn't replenishing myself physically, mentally, or emotionally. And it took me to some very dark places, places that I do not want to visit again and experience. So I decided to take the time I needed to straighten some things out. I kind of alluded to something that I was doing. I think it was my last episode in number 16, but I was saying it went along the lines of, if you get to a place in your life and you feel like you aren't moving forward in the way or the capacity that you want to move forward, there is nothing wrong with hitting the pause button and reassessing and realigning your life and your circumstances. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we have to do. We have to pivot in life many times. Nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that we're failures. Quite the opposite. It means that we're cognizant of what we need to do to continue being successful. So when it came to business, because, I did sales and marketing and advertising for many years. I took a break, and then I got back into it, and I'll tell you the quick story. I got out of sales and marketing, like kind of when I moved to Washington State, and got back into it a few years ago. And then as far as the advertising, I did advertising for a very popular magazine in the city we live in. And right when COVID started, the two owners, sadly, they passed away. Both of them did in a short time span of each other. And so I answered an ad that I saw for advertising to help the magazine. I had a great time doing it. It was a different type of sales and marketing than I was used to. So I liked the challenge. It was fun. And then that transitioned more into opening up and advertising, a small advertising firm, and I would help different companies with whatever marketing they needed, whether it was print ads, billboards, just, anything, any place they wanted to get placed for exposure for the business, I helped them with. And the thing that started getting to me with that was, it was taking me back into places or environments that I didn't want to be in. You have to cater to the people, your clients, that you're trying to get, and then the clients that you already have. And, that means happy hours. That means business dinners, some late evenings. And that's, the older I've become, I'm just more focused on family. And I felt bad being away from my family. And of course, they always supported me with anything, any of my endeavors with business. But, at this age I'm at, I'm just too focused on our family and our well-being. So I transitioned that into more online marketing so I could be home more. And that's what I was doing over the last year, focusing on the online marketing. But I got to the point, as I mentioned before, is it was still dependent on other people. And to me, for me personally, that's not what I really wanted, especially when you talk about sustaining a business for years, something that, is for our family, something that could pass down even to our kids if they wanted to do it. And so that's kind of where I was. I was thinking I just wanted to do something for myself, for my family, that didn't directly depend on other people, like making or breaking our business. And so then that brings me up to the point. I was talking to a great friend of the family, and he and I were talking, and he's been doing his business, he and his wife, for a number of years, and they're successful at it. And we talked. We met one afternoon for coffee, and I picked his brain, just asking him just a whole bunch of questions about this business that we're doing now, and talked to two other friends who do the same thing. And my wife and myself, we discussed it, we prayed about it, discussed it some more as a couple, and we started doing it. And it's a service related business. Most of the time it's our daughter and myself, and then a couple nights of the week, Michelle comes with us to help on the heavier workload nights. And it's been great. I've been happier. I feel that it's something that we're building together. It gives us time as a family to spend more time together. And it's been great. And I'm so glad that, I talked to my buddy, and he had a great deal to do with helping me and my wife reach that conclusion on this is what we wanted to do, to open up this, like I say, it's a service type business for, that we provide for other businesses or companies. And we're having a blast. And I know that he will be listening to this. So, I thank you, because like my wife, Michelle, he even asked me yesterday when I would record another episode. So there you go. I hope you two are happy. Because I was already kind of thinking about it earlier this week. It's funny. And then Michelle asks me, I think it was Wednesday evening or yesterday morning. She kind of slyly asked me again, when did I think I would record another episode? And then he and I, my buddy, we were on a phone call yesterday morning. And, to my surprise, he just out of the blue was like, hey, I've been missing you. And, in my head, I'm like, well, we just saw each other a week or two ago. And he was like, no, your podcast. It's like you haven't recorded in a while. I haven't had anything to listen to. And so, that made me happy to hear that. So I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? It's time again. And so, I needed that time, that space, so that my wife and I could start our company properly. set it up the right way. And I'm the type of person, if I'm doing something, I like to concentrate on that. I give it my all. So I had to really concentrate on that. It's up and running. We're growing steadily. And, I met with my friend again this morning. And, it's just nice to have that support and that positivity, especially when you're starting something new, brand new, that might be foreign to you. So, yeah, I just needed time for that. Also needed time for our daughter. Some situations came up because she was homeschooled most of her life. And then she decided she wanted to go to this school that had a program where they went 2 days a week. And then the other 3 days, you just do your work online. And so it was going great. It was nice for her to get out, be around, peers of her around her age, so that she could have that interaction, because we both felt that was nice, instead of her just joining a workforce soon and, just we didn't want her to be overwhelmed with it. So it was nice for her to get into a school program like that. The issue that came up was she was being bullied, and having to face different rumors that was being said about her. And so as a parent, we give our guidance, but, she's at the age now where we want her to start informing some decisions on her own as well. Like I said, with our guidance and, with our help. But it's a part of growing up. And unfortunately, that's a ugly part of our society, where you have to deal with rumors and bullying, even if it comes from people that you thought were friends or that cared for you. That's what can hurt the most. Sadly, this isn't confined to just school or our school years. As adults, we know that this can trickle even into a workplace or trickle into our friendships. So it was a kind of a trying time for not only our daughter and her mental health and emotional well-being, but us as parents as well. Because as a parent, what do you want to do? You want to protect them and shelter them, and if you feel that your child is being hurt, then some of your first reactions or your first thoughts are you're gonna protect your child however or by whatever means you have to. And so I had to temper that, temper the different emotions I had so that I wouldn't go back to my old bad temperamental ways of when I was in my 20s and early 30s. So it took a lot of patience, and we worked through it though, as a family. Decided that, she'll just finish out her high school career at home, just being homeschooled. She said she enjoyed the experience of, going to that type of school, but at the same time, she's always, because she was homeschooled at such an early age, she's always been around me. So, she's just more mature than a lot of the kids her age. And yeah, she she came to us one morning and said, she made the decision that she wanted to just finish out high school being homeschooled. It was a nice experience going to that school. She still has some friends that she talks to. But yeah, it's just best for her, she said, if she just finishes out doing homeschool. And so that's kind of where Michelle and I were leaning anyway, but we just wanted her to work it out in her head and reach that conclusion herself, because that's a part of, how we feel that we're training her and helping her to make the decision she needs to as an adult, because we all have to do it. We face different things, come up in different things in our life where we have to make the hard decisions. We have to make the right decisions. I always joke with my wife, we have to make the executive decisions, those hard ones that sometimes may be unpleasant, but we have to face them. Part of life, part of being mature, handling our business. So we were both proud of her for reaching that conclusion. Keeps her safe. It keeps people that were bothering her safe from me. So yeah, win-win for everyone is what I say. And what else was I doing? Basically just, taking care of myself, like I said, mentally, emotionally. I've mentioned it in other episodes. I'm not immune to what I talk about and try to help my listeners with. I have my highs and my lows, and like I said, when you have to readjust and realign certain things in your life, sometimes that negative part in us wants to whisper in our ear that we failed at something we've tried at, or we're not good enough. But don't listen to those negative whispers in the back of your mind. And they can come from either just how we were raised, our self-esteem levels, whatever reason we may have the negative thoughts. Just, be as positive as you can. Think about the good things that you do, the positive things, how you help others. Try to stay positive. I'm a firm believer in good always conquers evil. I think that's how we're made, from our Creator. Good always conquers evil. So sometimes it's a fight to be positive. It's a fight to do what's right and do good, but that's how we're wired. And when we don't fight it, fight what's built in us, then we can do great things. And that's part of it, just staying positive, no matter if you're getting negativity from within or you're getting negativity from the outside, from people around you. That's why it's always good to have a good support system. You don't want to have people that just, I call them yes men, just say yes to everything and everything you do is so good. But you want true friends that will be honest with you at all times and put you in check if and when you need to be put in check. Those are the type of people I try to surround myself with. I don't want people to gloss things over. I just want the truth, not only from my spouse and my family, but also close friends that I choose to be around. I expect them to be honest with me, just like I'll be honest with them if I ever see anything. So, yeah, another thing that kind of, I was kind of thinking about last week about when I would get back to recording episodes. And then I found out sadly, one of our good friends, she got married to a wonderful, wonderful gentleman. And I've always considered her like a sister. And, her father, when he was living, we were great friends. I had a lot of love for her father. And, he passed away, but yeah, I've always considered her to be like a sister to me. Very happy when she got married. She found, a wonderful man. They got married, been happy. Sadly, just health problems, and he won't be with us much longer. And so, it kind of hit me hard, because I know they've been going through things, and he's been fighting this for some time. And so, we always keep him in our prayers, and well wishes to both of them. Sometimes, this is what happens. And so it kind of, hit me hard. So that kind of paused me as well. Fortunately, we have a strong faith and belief. What happens to us when we do pass away. So, that's always something positive that I can keep with me. Yeah, we have a deep faith and deep belief system that helps us through times like this. So, without getting too preachy or religious on here, she and I and my family, we all have the same faith. And so, we understand why in this world we go through pain and suffering. We understand why we lose loved ones to our great enemy, death. But at the same time, we also know the good, the promises that's in the Bible that gives us hope, that gives us faith, that gives us endurance in this crazy world that we live in. So, we have things to look forward to in our future, promises that's in the Bible. But, at the same time, it hurts when we lose someone to death. It's not natural to lose someone. So, it hurts. It's sad. I was, we were so happy for them when she met him and they got married. They were just happy. They worked together, did everything together. Two lovely, beautiful individuals. So, when I heard the news last week, it kind of hit me hard. We process things differently. I just needed a little more time. Because, when we do lose him, it'll hurt, So, again, we have to take care of ourselves, emotionally and mentally. And we have to be there for each other. So, no doubt our family will be there for her. we have to take care of each other. Hold your loved ones close. When you love someone, family, friends, don't let the petty stuff get to you. Things that can be worked out. Don't hold grudges with people. I've just learned it over and over. We can't take anything for granted. We don't know which day may be our last. So, enjoy the relationships and the family and the love that you have now, each and every day. Work hard to love each other, to be there for each other. We just never know what'll happen or what circumstances that we may be put into, and what a shame it would be if you are feuding with someone or holding a grudge with someone for something that can be worked out, something that can be looked over, something that can be forgiven. What a shame if we let a relationship pass when we have the time each and every day to show someone how much we love them and how much we care for them. So that's my little bit of encouragement about that. Like I said, it's tough to think about, tough to know when you're gonna lose someone. So my heart goes out to my dear friend. We will be here for you. Just know that we love you both very much. Moving on. Just, take care of yourself. Each person, we know what we have to do to take care of ourselves mentally and emotionally. Don't be afraid to confront what you need to do to take care of yourself. I put that on the back burner for so many years of my life. Always wanting to help others. I didn't have the self-worth or the self-esteem, when I was younger, to want to care for myself. I was always helping others. Always worried about how others were. All the while neglecting my own well-being. And when you want to take care of yourself, remember, I'm not talking about it in a way where you're selfish or in a narcissistic manner, but just doing the things we need to do to take care of ourselves properly. What do I always say? I know it's been a while since I've recorded, but what do I always say? We have to love ourselves and take care of ourselves properly if we want and expect others to love and respect us. You see, it works hand in hand. So, whatever self-care looks like for you. I know I have friends now. I have friends and family member that they will admit, I probably should be getting some counseling. I probably should get some professional help because of things I've gone through. We agree to that point, but then they don't take the necessary steps to go further into their well-being. And, I don't know if it's nervousness, afraid of the unknown, feeling embarrassed. I can't say because I can't get inside their heads, but as a friend and as a family member, all I can do is just keep encouraging. Because, you care about them and you want the best for them. And, I know that they've gone through things and experienced things where it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Sometimes you cannot face it alone. Myself personally, I needed counseling to, get me over the hump of what I had been through as a child so that I could flourish the best I can as an adult. Nothing to be embarrassed about. And you go, in my opinion, you go as long as you feel that it's creating a positive outcome. But each person has to make that decision on their own. We can't force anyone to do anything that they're not going to do for themselves. But as I talk to you, my hope is that you can relate to something or some things that I say in my different episodes to where you see that it's okay to get the help you need. It's okay to take care of yourself. Whatever trauma you've been through or negative aspects of your life, it may feel like it, but you are not alone. I promise you that. There are many people that experience the same things. A lot of times we don't even know or have no idea that certain people we know or come in contact with have experienced things that we have. So don't think that you are alone in whatever your trauma is. You are not. You won't be the first person talking with someone about this problem or the trauma that you're going through. Trust me. So don't let that hold you back. Don't make excuses. I know people that always, they admit to what they should do or what they could be doing, but they never get that momentum to just push through it, to do it. And you just sadly you watch it because you see that it's affecting them, it's eating away at them. So that's, like I always say, if I just help one person who listens to this to just do whatever you need to do to help you, then I feel that I've done good, that I've succeeded. So if you're listening to this and you're still hesitant about getting that proper help that you need, so just do it. Take it day by day and, get the help you need. And we're all at different levels. Some people can talk it through with a loved one or a trusted friend or a confidant. Some of us need counseling, to help us unlock things that we may have packed away deep in our minds. Some of us need counseling, plus medication. That's just the world we live in. Please do not feel embarrassed about that. Please do not feel like you're quote unquote broken. You are not. You know what you are? You are human. We are all human. We are all born imperfect. But that does not mean that we give up on ourselves. You can still do whatever you need to do to handle your business, to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So take care of yourself. And guess what? When you take care of yourself, those around you will thank you. You will be a pleasure to be around. You won't be a drag on someone's parade. No one wants to be that friend or that family member or that coworker that's always a drag to be around, raining on everybody's parade. Don't be that person. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. No excuses. Here we are in May. It's already May this year. It's going by pretty quickly already. So here we are in May. Do a self-assessment, goals that you made or set for yourself at the beginning of the year. How are you doing on the short term and the long term goals that you set? I had to do that too. And Michelle and I were talking, and soon we're going to have a little, we have our little family meetings and discussions, and that's what we're all going to do. We're going to assess the goals that we set at the beginning of the year, be honest with ourselves and each other, see where we're at, see if we need to realign anything, make adjustments, and, keep pushing through. That is life. That's what we have to do. So please, by all means, take care of yourself. If we have loved ones or someone close to us that we see need help, help them. Be that shoulder that they can lean on. Be that source of positive encouragement for that person. Just like you want someone to be positive and upbuilding for you, be that person for someone else too. You can play a huge part in someone's life, so think about those things. I will be back next week. I changed my email address, so if you want to, I changed from the one I always have given out in the past episodes. So if you have thoughts or comments or questions and you want to reach out to me, feel free to email me, mitchwright7078@gmail.com. You can also find me on social media on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook and Instagram. Look for me at Love Is Your Medicine Podcast. I hesitated because I had another social media platform, but I kind of paused that one so I could focus on Facebook and Instagram. So look me up on Facebook or Instagram. Love Is Your Medicine Podcast. I hope that you have a great and productive weekend. I'm going to be busy all weekend. Have some rearranging to do in the garage. Have some family things to do. Sunday is a meal prep day for next week. So it's going to be a very busy yet productive weekend. So I hope that you have a great weekend too. It's good to be back in front of this microphone. Hope you missed me. I missed you all. Just take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a great Friday evening. Have a great weekend. I will speak with you on Monday again. Go and do great things.